the thing so she can get it. So I told her, I said, I'll try, but some of those long ones, it doesn't work.
Oh my gosh, I know, some.
Good morning. Welcome to Special Magistrate for June 9, 2026. If you wish to speak at today's hearing, please stand. Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear to speak the truth at today's hearing? Thank you. You may be seated. Please silence all electronic devices.
Good morning, everyone. Our first case, page 16, Inspector Jessica Martinez, Gail Williams presenting case number CE 2603-1182, case address 819 Northwest 3rd Avenue. Owner Fidel Mayadine, posted at property 52626, posted at 1 East Broward 52726.
Good morning, sir. Can you state your name for the record, please?
Fidel Mayadine.
Thank you.
Good morning. Senior Officer Gail Williams for the City of Fort Lauderdale, presenting case CE 2603-1182, address 819 Northwest 3rd Avenue. This property was first inspected on March 29, 2026, and the following violations were observed. 24-7 parentheses B, comply. 47-20.20 parentheses H, the parking facilities at this property is in disrepair. There are potholes, cracks, uneven surfaces, and the wheel stops are misplaced, not assigned within the parking space. 9-305 parentheses B, the landscape at this property is not being maintained in a neat and well-kept appearance. There are areas of dead and missing ground cover on the front lawn of the property and swell. A pre-hearing inspection was conducted on June 3rd, and the property remained in violation. The city is requesting the following: 47-20 parentheses H, 63 days for compliance or a fine of $50 per day thereafter. Violation 9-305 parentheses B, 63 days for compliance or a fine of $50 per day thereafter.
Yes, sir.
This is a part of a larger project that I started a while ago. Filed a permit request and quickly realized that it was a lot more involved than I thought. You know, stormwater calculations, all that stuff.
Right.
So subsequently, life events slowed me down. I recently hired an engineer to work on the stormwater calculations and trying to move it forward, but it is going to take some time.
Well, they're asking about 63 days.
Yes, sir. This is a project of a beautification situation, right? I wanted to redo the whole front, and apparently what I was asking to do is not as simple as I thought it was going to be. So, as I said, I hired.
Well, how much time do you need?
Special Magistrate?
Yeah.
Can we change it to 91 days for both violations, please? With
Sure,
the
we can do
mandatory
that. Do
reappearance?
you want to do an order to reappear?
Yes.
Okay, so why don't we do the 91 days? It'll be an order to reappear, which means that if you don't get it done, you can come back and we'll talk about where you're at.
Okay.
So that would be 91 days, which would be September 8th, or a fine of $50 for each violation per day. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next case, also page 16, Inspector Shaquan Kendrick, case number CE 2508-0765, case address 1740 Northeast 59th Court, owner Jeffrey and Alejandra Patterson, posted at property 52726, posted at 1 East Broward 52726.
Morning, sir. Can you state your name for the record, please?
Jeff Patterson.
Okay.
So,
Well, wait a minute. Let me hear from the city first.
oh, sorry?
Yeah, let me hear from the city first.
Good morning. This is Kendra from the City of Fort Lauderdale, presenting the case and address as read. This case was first cited on August 29, 2025 for the following violations. Violation 9-304B, the asphalt driveway at this property is not being maintained as required. The asphalt driveway is in disrepair. There are cracks, holes, and the blacktop is faded. violation 9-308B. The roof is stained. A pre-hearing inspection was conducted on June 3rd, 2026, and the property remains in violation as depicted in the photos. The city is requesting 56 days for violation 9-304B and 56 days for 9-308B, or a daily fine of $50 per day for each violation thereafter.
Yes, sir.
So right now, FPL is putting a box in between my property and my neighbors, and I've been trying to reach out to the project manager. They're doing underground lines to see, because I believe they're going to need to cut down a tree where the box is, which is also affecting putting in a driveway. I've reached out to some contractors, but I kind of wanted to sort out moving this tree because it actually lifts up the driveway where it's at right now. I do need to get it done. I've also started looking for contractors to wash the roof, so I'm planning on getting that done, but I would like to be able to just sort out.
Well, they're talking about 56 days to come into compliance. Can you do it in 56 days?
Outside of, I'm going to get a whole new driveway, however long it'll take for going through the city to get that approved.
City opposed more days? No?
I have had a couple people that have come out tell me.
No special magistrate. I don't impose to more days. If we need to give them more, we can.
Well, let's do 63? 91? Taking orders here, I guess.
91 is good,
everybody go
special
with
magistrate.
91? Okay, let's do 91 days. That's a fairly
Okay,
long
where
period.
does that put me in?
That would be September 8th.
Okay. All right, well, I'm working on it. I'm just trying to get a hold of FPL. I think they're already in the neighborhood starting to do the work. So
Right.
I just don't want to do the driveway and have them, one, mess it up, or I want to cut this tree down so that I can get rid of the roots.
Do you want to do an order to reappear or not?
Yes, we could do order reappear.
Order
if
to
the neighbor
reappear,
would like.
that's actually to your benefit to some extent.
Okay.
That would mean you could come back if you'd run into problems with FP&L or whatever it is, you could make your case to extend the
Okay.
time. Hopefully you don't have to do that, but,
Yeah, okay.
okay.
So
I'm going to
what-
find that the violation exists. The respondent will be given 91 days in each case or face fine of $50 a day.
Okay. And then
Good luck.
will I get something to come back at another point?
Well, there'll be an order that says that you need to come back, but stay in touch with the code officer.
Okay, I'll just be in touch with you. Okay, great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next case, page 12, Inspector Paulette Del Grasso, case number CE 2506-0606, case address 2300 Sea Island Drive, owner Cynthia Carey Mack, posted at property 52726, posted at 1 East Broward 52726.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good
You state your
morning.
name for the record, please.
Cindy Mack.
Okay.
Good morning. Inspector Del Grasso for the City of Fort Lauderdale. The case and address are as read. This matter was inspected on August 11th and cited for the following violations. 47-20.13E, fill was used to alter and raise the swell without a permit. 47-21.15A, trees were removed from this RS 4.4 property without first obtaining a permit. An inspection report was posted on site as well as mailed to the owner of record. Over the months, the owner applied for an after-the-fact tree removal permit, which was finally issued on June 3rd. The violations are now complied, and 2 palm trees have been planted on the swale. The city requests $1,000 for each tree removed, plus cost of 4 inspections and 1 hearing, totaling $267.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, the 2 trees that were in the swale were transplanted from when I had to replace an old seawall, and they were never very healthy. Then last spring, had to replace my 40-year-old driveway, which required me to put in a swale, at which time they brought in a bobcat and totally ripped up all the root system of those 2 trees. In the preceding months, the 2 trees proceeded to die even more, even though I've been treating them for funguses and all sorts of problems for all those years in between. So I had the trees taken out and new trees put in. So
Well, I think the issue is if you had applied for
I didn't know I
yeah,
needed the permit because I thought they were did.
I think, yeah, okay.
So
I'm gonna find both-
I apologize for
No,
that.
I mean, the property's in compliance, that's noted for
Right.
the record. I am going to impose the fine requested by the city, which is $1,000 per tree plus $267 in administrative costs. How much time do you need to pay that?
I can pay it today.
Okay, 30 days?
She gets an order in the mail.
Okay, all right. Thank you, ma'am.
Do I pay it today or?
No. I mean, you can talk to the city about how, when.
You'll get an order in the mail, and it'll give you instructions on how to pay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next case, page 29, Inspector Shaquan Kendrick, case number CE 25050228, case address 1750 Northeast 49th Street, owner 01 Property Solutions, Inc. This case was first heard 2/10/26 to comply by 3/10/26. One section complied at $100 per day, $700 accrued. The city is requesting the full amount.
Good morning, ma'am. State your name for the record, please.
Anastasia Mitzlitsa, owner.
You're the owner? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Good morning, this is Kendrick from the City of Fort Lauderdale, presenting the case and address as read. This case was first heard at Special Magistrate on February 10, 2026. This case is now complied. The city is requesting the full amount in fines to be imposed.
Yes, ma'am. Anything you want to say?
No.
Okay,
We're,
all right.
We're compliant.
I'm fine, and I noticed that they're asking a $700 fine. I'm
Yeah.
going to impose that. They note that the property's in compliance. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Our next case, page 32, Inspector Rachel Moore, case number CE 24080132, case address 321 Southwest 29th Terrace, owner Leroy Reynolds. This case was first heard 2/10/26 to comply by 2/25/26 and 4/14/26. One section complied at $50 per day, $4,600 accrued. The city is requesting the full amount.
Morning, ma'am. State your name for the record, please.
Good morning. My name is Sandra Reynolds.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Good morning, Inspector Rachel Moore, presenting case as read. This property was first brought before the Special Magistrate on 2/10 and the 24, and the Special Magistrate, at the Special Magistrate hearing, Special Magistrate duty ordered 15 days to comply for the violation of 18-4(c) and for the remaining violations of 9-304B, 63 days to comply or $50 per day thereafter per violation. As of reinspection dated 5/28/26, the property was found to be in compliance of all the cited violations. And on 6/3, pre-hearing inspection, the property does remain in compliance. The city is requesting the full imposition of fines.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, first, thank you very much for reading it. I'm his sister, so I'm speaking on his behalf since he's working today. I think a little different than him, but I'll get to the point. There is no excuse, period. We've been working with him to get things corrected. So as of last night, up until about 11:30, I was with him. So we do have new pictures showing that some other changes have been taking place. Those were sent to Miss J. Williamson.
Okay.
She has not responded as of yet because I'm monitoring the emails. I will continue to do what I can, but right now, in my opinion, there's just no excuse. But he, I think, is getting the message that he has to do what's necessary.
Well, my understanding is the property's in compliance as of today, right?
Yes, it is in
And the
compliance.
issue was, the only issue that really created the fine was the automobiles that were stored there.
They're gone.
Originally, I gave them 15 days, is that right?
That's correct.
And it ran for how many days? 92 days.
Yes.
I mean, why did it, you run up a fine, why did it take so long to get rid of the cars?
Well, honestly, he's the father, and he works a lot. And unfortunately, I'm not trying to disclose his personal business, but when you have children that don't always want to follow directions and comply, you have to sometimes do what's necessary. And I'm only a sister, so I try to stay out of his affairs. But as I've made it clear to him, you have to do what's necessary in order to maintain your home and keep things moving. So the cars have been removed. Some have been sold.
Were they his cars?
Some of them were his cars.
Well,
So, for example, he had a red Kia. That car is now gone.
Yeah, but what about the Mercedes-Benz and
It's
the...
been the black one?
Yeah.
That's been sold.
Was that his car?
That was his son's car, one of his sons.
Okay.
So, because when you said the Mercedes, I was trying to figure out which one. There are three.
There's a black Mercedes. Anyway.
Okay, but it's sold.
Here's the deal. All right, the property's in compliance.
Yes.
The problem is there's a fine of $4,600. I'm going to reduce it to $1,000, okay?
Okay.
I noticed he's not here. You are.
Yes.
If you'll just pass along the idea that if this happens again, there isn't going to be any waiving of the fine. He needs to take
I
care of it.
understand.
Anyway, okay. How much time will there be an order that will include the details? Anything else you want to add?
No, nothing
All right,
else.
good luck to you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Rachel. Our next case, page 35. Inspector Rachel Moore, case number CE 2506-0070, case address 2860 Southwest 2nd Street, owner Booz and Marie Sterling. This case was first heard 12926 to comply by 32626. Two sections not complied at $50 per day, $7,500 accrued. The city is requesting the full amount and the fines continue to accrue.
Good morning, sir. Can you state your name for the record, please?
Yeah, my name is Booz Sterling.
Okay. Let me hear from the city, please.
Inspector Rachel Moore presenting case as read. This case was first brought before the special magistrate on 1/29/25, and at the magistrate hearing, special magistrate Flynn ordered 56 days to comply or $50 per day thereafter. As a pre-hearing inspection dated 6/4/26, the property remains out of compliance. The city is requesting the full imposition of fines.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we got a shell over there that says, I see when I buy it, but I just take it off. I put all the cash out and I clean it this week. Everything is out now.
Well, you've got two things that are out of compliance. You've got a fence that's not in compliance.
The fence is fixed. We fixed the fence.
Well,
as you can see, the fence in one of the photographs, the chain link is extended past the poles, so it's not compliant.
It's not this time now. We fix it.
Okay, you fixed it since yesterday?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. I'll go back by.
And the shell is out.
What about the driveway?
The driveway is not in compliance.
The driveway, it got this, it is a hole, but I fixed it too. Yesterday.
You did it
fixed
yesterday?
the driveway yesterday?
Yes, yeah, the hole in the
All right.
I'll go back by, because I did go by yesterday morning for your inspection, so I guess you got started later. It's not a problem. I'll go
He
back
needs a
by.
permit, doesn't he, to fix the driveway?
No,
No?
no, not to seal it.
Okay.
It's a hole he told me to fix it.
What, grant him 10 days, 15 days for you to go out and take a look at it? And do
I
that?
have no objections.
Okay, I'm gonna extend the time for compliance 15 days. I'll suspend the fine during that period
And
of
I
time.
send the picture for...
Well, she's gonna come out. She's gonna come out to your property and take a look and confirm what you're telling
Okay,
us.
no problem. I will
Okay.
do that. I will do
All right,
that.
I'll just do that, all right? Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Our next case, page 13. Inspector Paulette Del Grasso, case number CE 2604-0699, case address 122 Fiesta Way, owner Fiesta Way Investment, Inc., posted at property 52726, posted at 1 East Broward, 52726.
Senator Garcia on behalf of the owner.
Thank you.
Inspector Del Grasso on behalf of the city. The case and addresser is read. This matter was first inspected on April 23rd and cited for the following violations. 18-11B, the pool at this unoccupied property has green stagnant water, and there are no safeguards in place. 18-12A, there's overgrowth, trash, and debris on this property and/or its swale. 18-91C, there is a wooden mooring structure, a dock, in disrepair at the rear of this property. 9-305B, the landscape at this property is not being maintained in a neat and well-kept appearance. To date, the violations remain. Therefore, the city requests 10 days or $100 per day thereafter for violations 18-12A, 8-91C, and 9-305B.
How many days for those?
10 days or $100 per day for those three. The city requests 10 days or $500 per day for violation 18-11B, the pool violation.
Yes, sir.
We have no objection to the timeframes with obviously respect to most of them. My only concern is upon looking at the images with respect, and for the record, we only received notice of this matter on Thursday, so obviously trying to get everything resolved. Looking at the pictures, my only concern as far as getting it resolved will be installing a perimeter around, considering it's a concrete area. I don't know if 10 days would be sufficient, but outside of that, I don't see an issue with the 10 days.
Well, what about the dock? Can you do
Well,
that in 10 days?
I spoke with the inspector prior to, I don't know if you want to.
Correct. There are just a couple of boards that are lifting, and
Okay.
they just, the dock is not severely in disrepair. It just needs
All right, no
some-
permit, they just fixed the ones that are, okay.
Correct.
So, the thing, it's the border around the pool that's probably the most important, though.
Correct.
But you can put up a temporary banner, can't you? You can put up some sort of temporary thing, fence or whatever you want to call it, until you can get something more permanent that would bring it into compliance, right? Or not?
Is that for around the swimming pool?
Yeah, around the pool.
Well, the water being treated is the.
Well, I'm not diminishing that either, but I'm thinking, how
The-
much
the
time
treating was-
do you need on the pool?
The treating of the pool shouldn't take long. The 10 days shouldn't be an issue there. For putting something around the pool, if it has to be a permanent structure, my only concern is getting, contract.
I think.
Your Honor, I'm sorry
Yeah.
to interrupt, excuse me. Good morning, Supervisor Cloyan with the City of Fort Lauderdale. What he can do is he can cover the pool.
Okay.
So that's going.
That takes care of you can cover it.
Of both. So you would need to treat the pool
That's fine.
first, and then it would have to be covered, but it has to be covered with either a commercial tight fitting cover or some other means where somebody could, it's actually sturdy and strong. You can't fall on. It can't be just a tarp, from Home Depot. It has to be something that's secure. So, but she can get with you on how to do that.
Okay.
later.
If that's the case, then that should be fine. If that'll put it into compliance, then that shouldn't be
Yeah,
a
I mean,
problem.
I think it would give you the opportunity to build a permanent structure
Right.
of some sort around it.
Right.
All right. 10 days?
Okay.
Okay. I find that the violation exists, doesn't seem to be in dispute. The respondent will be given 10 days to take care of 1811B, or a fine of $500 a day. In the remaining violations, it'll be 10 days or a fine of $100 a day. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next case, page 26. Inspector John Claude Noel, case number CE 25110071, case address 625 Northeast 17th Terrace, owner 1025 Park LLC. This case was first heard 1/29/26 to comply by 3/26/26. One section not complied at $100 per day, $7,500 accrued. The city is requesting the full amount, and the fines continue to accrue.
Morning, sir. Can you state your name for the record, please?
Arthur Polio, Pollio, a native of Fort Lauderdale. I'm a real estate developer. I own 2 beautiful buildings in Victoria Park.
Okay, just a minute. This is 625 Northeast 17th Terrace, right?
Correct.
Okay, so what's your relationship to the owner? You are the owner?
I am the owner.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Officer Jean-Claude Noel for the City of Fort Lauderdale, presenting case that was just read. A pre-hearing inspection was done on June 8, 2026. The property remains still in violation. The city is requesting full imposition of fines, and fines continue to accrue.
Yes, sir.
May I show you a couple of pictures?
Sure.
Okay.
You got to show them to the city first.
I did.
I've seen them, Your Honor.
Okay, I'll take a look at them.
So you have to go back to the mic for the recording to pick up.
The first picture you're going to see is that, see that pile of white rock? That's my rock. I cleared the whole street, and I dug out the swale 6 inches with tandem dump trucks, blocked the street off for 4 or 5 days, and put 5/8 stone in the swale. I build roads. The last 2 roads I built were 2 miles long and 1.8 miles long. The city came in and put in all new water lines, sewer connections, gas lines, and just tore me up. Parked on my property. They used my property to stage the entire west side of the street, which is really nice houses. They never touched the houses. They all went underground to them. So they promised they would come back to fix it, but they didn't. And so you'll see some white. Here's the second set. So the contractor did not come back. Now my neighborhood is tore up again.
How much time do you need?
I need 60 days. But when I came in front of the magistrate and I showed him the
City's not
pictures.
opposed to 60 days, right?
We're not opposed.
63 days. All right, I'll extend the time for compliance 63 days, which would be August 11th. I'll suspend the fine during that period of time.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. You want to do an order to reappear or not?
Yes, we can do an order for a reappear.
Order to reappear, which will give you a chance to come back if there's some complication.
Okay.
You're submitting these into the record, right?
He has them already. So I had.
Do you want these back?
Yes, please.
All right. No, we're good. So thank you. Appreciate it.
Sir, I would just suggest if you have a claim against the contractor for damaging your property, just contact the city's risk management department, and they
Okay.
can give you the information on the contractor.
Okay, good. And I've tried it. And Public Works came out and they threw a little rock on, but it wasn't enough for code, and it wasn't good enough for me either. So I've called the city manager's office twice. So I'll reach out to risk management. I
Who
heard
was the
about
contractor? Do you remember?
No. But at any time, because after I repaired it once, they came back and dug up the fire hydrant. They put a fire hydrant and dug it up again. So it's like I couldn't even get to my property a few days ago. I had to go around because they're working on 6th Street, which is like 5 houses away. So I'm a good citizen. I'm a native. My son's lived in here during college. I have to tell you one more thing, because Paulette and I fixed it the last time, and Noel's been kind enough, but both code enforcement officers walked up and gave me a hug today. I'm here. I came in town. My son, who's 33, sent me a message a month ago. Said, Dad, I can't wait to get back from vacation and help you work with all the companies. And we were going to pave this place and fix the rock. My son was on his dream vacation a month ago. He was coming down from Mount Brown in Glacier National Park, and he was attacked and killed by a grizzly bear. And it's all over the newspaper.
I'm sorry to hear that.
I'm sorry, too. Thank you. The bear purposefully killed him. I asked, they wanted to do an autopsy. I said, can I ask you some questions? They said, yes. And I said, can you describe the injuries? And they said, can you handle that? And I said, yes. And so she told me, and I asked her some pointed questions. I said, we're not going to do an autopsy. That bear tore him up.
I'm sorry to hear that. I do. So.
I said, we know he fought the bear. I go, did he have injuries on his hands? No.
Okay. This is probably not the place for this, but I appreciate it, and I wish you luck.
Thank you very much.
And we're doing an order to reappear or not? Is that right? Yes, we are. Okay. Hopefully we'll be done by then. But good luck to you.
If I'm done, then I won't have to reappear.
Yeah, if the city's in agreement. If you guys are in agreement, you will not.
Okay. All right.
Anyway.
Okay.
Take care of yourself.
Thank you.
Our next case, page 7. Inspector Guy Siderman, case number CE 2603-1131, case address 627 Northwest 9th Avenue, owner 6 West Apartments LLC. Posted at property 52126, posted at 1 East Broward 52726.
Good morning.
Good morning. It's Stephanie Mayorga with Stephanie Tooth Acres office on behalf of the property owner.
Thank you.
Guy Siderman, City of Fort Lauderdale, Code Compliance, presenting case CE 260-311-31 for the property located at 627 Northwest 9th Avenue. The property was first inspected on 3/27/26 and given time to correct for the following violations. Violation 18.1 complied, violation 18.12A complied, violation 24, TAC 27F complied, violation 47.34 1A1 withdrawn, violation 9, TAC 276, B3 complied, violation 9, 280H1, The pink wooden fence at this property is in disrepair and is not being maintained as required. The landscape of the property is not being maintained in a neat and well-kept appearance. There are areas of dead and missing ground cover. Violation, that would be for violation 9305 for that second part. That's combined with the fence. Apologize for that. Violation 9306, the exterior building walls have not been maintained in structural part. The exterior building walls, including the fascia and the soffit, are in disrepair, and there are areas that have stains and missing peeling paint. Violation 9, TAC 363, failure to register the residential rental dwelling within the city. This is a free process and has not been submitted, and it is incomplete. The property was posted on 5/21/2026. At the pre-hearing inspection I conducted on 6/1/2026, the property remained in violation. 9280H1, 9305B, 9306, and 9363 are still, the city's requesting compliance within 91 days or a fine of $100 per day thereafter.
We would appreciate the 91-day extension and hold the fines. We are in the permitting process right now for the demolition permit, so it'll all be addressed within that time frame.
Okay, I'm going to find that the violations exist. It doesn't seem to be in dispute. For each violation, the respondent will be given 91 days to come into compliance or face a fine of $100 a day. Good luck to you.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Our next case, page 11, Inspector John Claude Noel, case number CE 25100432, case address 701 Northeast 1st Street, number 1, owner John S. Kuhn, posted at property 52826, posted at 1 East Broward 52726.
Morning, sir.
Good morning.
State your name for the record.
My name is John Cuny. I'm the owner.
Okay.
Good morning, Officer Jean-Claude Noel for the City of Fort Lauderdale, presenting case that was just read. This property was first inspected on 10/15/2025. Violation 18-12A complied. Violation 4720.20H. There are parking facilities at this property that is not maintained. The asphalt surface has cracks, damage in areas. There are wheel stops which are damaged and discolored. Violation 9-280C. The paved walkways are dirty and discolored. Violation 9-280H. The awning is dirty and discolored. Violation 9-280H1. The chain link fence at this property is in disrepair and is not being maintained as required. The support bar is not secure. There are missing sections and caps on the fence. Also, the wood fence at this property is in disrepair and is not being maintained as required. There are sections which is damaged and missing slats and leaning and not secured. Violation 9-305A complied. Violation 9-305B, the landscape at this property is not being maintained in a neat and well-kept appearance. There are areas of dead or missing ground cover to include the swale. Violation 9-306, the exterior building walls has not been maintained. The structural parts, including the fascia and the soffits, that are in disrepair. There are areas of the exterior that has stains or missing and peeling paint. Violation 9-308B, the landscape debris and other elements which is not permanent on the roof. A pre-hearing inspection was conducted on June 8, 2026, and the property remains in violation. The city is requesting 63 days to comply with violation 47-20.20H, violation 9-280C, violation 9-280H, violation 9-280H1, violation 9-305B, violation 9-306, violation 9-308B, and or a fine of $50 per day per violation thereafter.
Yes, sir.
Yes, the property actually was my home for 25 years, and my partner and I had plans drawn up by Bob Tuthill to build 2 homes there. What happened is my partner was diagnosed with cancer, so we had to put it on hold, and unfortunately he passed away last January. Since then, my life has been kind of a mess, since he passed away, because it was very difficult for me. But as soon as I got the violation, within a week, I had a company come in and clean up all the grounds, trim all the trees, and I do have a lawn maintenance company that comes every 2 weeks. I put the property on the market, and I decided to sell it in November with the plans, trying to, the idea of the property being torn down and somebody else taking over the project. Unfortunately, it didn't close. Couldn't get it closed in the last 8 months. So yesterday I signed a demolition contract.
You're going to demo the property?
Yeah, it's going to be, the whole property is going to be.
When do you anticipate that would take place?
As soon as the permits come in, basically. I don't know.
Let me just, I guess I was going to micromanage sort of the issue about the landscaping and all that, but if he's going to demo the property, that kind of makes all that moot to some extent. So they're looking for 63 days. Do you think the demo would take place within 63 days?
I doubt it. I mean, I think the permitting would probably take 60 days, I would imagine.
Your Honor, excuse me, good morning, Supervisor Cloyne with the city. We can do 91 days.
91
Order
days.
to reappear though, please.
We'll do 91 days.
Okay.
Listen, but with an order to reappear, which would mean that if you ran into some complication that pushed it back, you could appear here. But operating under the assumption you're going to tear it down. So
yes,
we'd rather get into the issue of all these different violations. We'll just accept the fact that you're going to do that. Give you 91 days for each case. And what was the fine amount in each case?
$50 per day.
$50. 91 days would take you until September 8th. And then you could come back here, and assuming it's not in compliance, and we'll see where we're at.
So once it's demolished, then it'll be complied?
That is correct.
Okay.
But the landscaping would still have to be taken care of.
Well, yeah,
right?
of course, that's going to have to be maintained, yes.
Right.
So usually with a demolition permit, if they demolish it and it's going to be a vacant lot, it's required that they put grass in. So
yeah,
it's
okay.
part of the permit.
Right. So anyway.
Yeah, that's part of the
plan. So stay in touch with the code officer to make sure you understand what landscaping issues may exist after the demo. Okay.
I will.
Thank you. Good luck to you, sir.
Our next case, page 41, Inspector Pat Gavin, case number CE 25120047, case address 633 Northwest 14th Avenue, owner Oasis of Hope Community Development Corp. This case was first heard 2/10/26 to comply by 6/9/26. One section not complied at $50 per day. Fine starts 6/10/26, and this is in order to reappear.
Good morning, ma'am. You state your name for the record, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. I'm Jacqueline Reed Stills, representative for Oasis of Hope Community Development Corporation.
Let me hear from the city, please.
Pat Gavin, City of Fort Lauderdale, Senior Code Compliance Officer, presenting case and address as read. This case was first heard on February 10th, 2026. The special magistrate ruled in favor of the city and ordered 119 days for compliance by June 9th, 2026, or a fine of $100 per day thereafter, and an order to reappear. As of June 8th, the property is still not in compliance. The fines are ordered to begin on June 10th. The city is requesting that the fines of $100 per day begin accruing on June 10th.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, we are a nonprofit organization, and we are developing affordable housing for, we got these lots from the city of Fort Lauderdale to develop them for affordable housing. In the process, we are now trying to get permits. We have been trying to get permits, and they are probably in the third or fourth.
Permits for what?
Permits to develop single-family homes.
Okay.
Well, this is going to be a townhouse, 2 townhouses. And we're probably in about the third or fourth round of permit addressing to clear some issues up from the architect.
No, I get it. It could take quite a while to get these permits issued.
Yeah.
And the deal is, I think what you're trying to say to me is, well, we're going to develop the property, so when that happens, these items will be resolved. The reality, though, is it could take you months and months and months, or a year or more. So I think you need to bring it into compliance. It's your decision, but you're going to have to. I think the wait for this development to come along isn't going to be practical. Even when the permits are issued, you still could take some time. So I'm inclined to give you some more time, but I don't think you ought to operate under the assumption that, when this is developed, everything will be okay, because I think it's going to have to come into compliance before that.
We're working on
How much
cleaning
time
it
would
up.
you need?
Whatever you suggest, we're working on cleaning it up, as far as
Well, you tell me, it's your
manicuring.
property, and you're going to have to clean it up, so what do you have in mind? How much time do you think you need to do that?
To clean it up, about 90 days, I guess. Do you think?
63 days you want to do? You guys, everybody good with 63 days?
63, I'm good.
Order to reappear?
Why don't you and I can meet out at the property and we'll go over what needs to be done.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to extend the time for compliance 63 days, which would be August 11th, and there'll be an order to reappear.
And stay the fines?
Stay the fines during that period of time, yeah. But you guys get together and sort of explain to her what you might have to get done, but in the interim. So good luck to you.
And reappear.
Yeah, let's going to do an order to reappear.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Our next case, page 18, Inspector Shaquan Kendrick, case number CE 2603-1052, case address 2011 South Perimeter Road, owner City of Fort Lauderdale, in care of the Fort Lauderdale Executive Airport, posted at property 52726, posted at 1 East Broward 52726.
Morning, sir.
Good morning. Ryan Horlin, attorney for the tenants, Hawker Holdings Corporation.
Good morning, Inspector Kendrick from the City of Fort Lauderdale, presenting the case and address as read. This case was first cited on 3/25/2026 for the following violations. Violation 15-28, the business Hutchers Holders Unit L at this location is operating without a current year business tax receipt. A pre-hearing inspection was conducted on 6/7/2026. The business remains without a current year business tax receipt. There is a business tax receipt on file that is in review. That business tax receipt is BTG.
I'm sorry, I missed that. There is a business tax receipt on file, what?
It is in review right now at this
Review,
time.
okay.
Yes, so it's not been issued, it's in review. It's in review as of 6/5/2026. The city is requesting 28 days for violation 15-28 or a daily fine of $100 per day thereafter.
Good morning. Yes, the business tax receipt's in review with zoning and also the airport. We've been working with the business tax office. We don't foresee any issues with getting it issued, but we don't know when the city will get back to issuing it.
Can you do it in 28 days?
So it's up to the business tax department. 28 days with it being in review. It should be. To be on the safe side, we can always ask for order to reappear.
Right. Okay. 28 days would take us till July 7th. With an order to reappear, which means if it doesn't come into compliance, you can come back and see where we're at.
Special Magistrate,
Yeah.
to your left. I don't think we need an order to reappear. I think 28 days would be sufficient. I don't think we need to reappear on the business tax.
Look, the only issue I have is that sometimes it's not really the business tax receipt. There's something on site that's creating a problem that holds up the business tax receipt. I don't know if that's the case or not. Do you know of any incident, anything at the...
Not at this moment. I don't see it.
I mean, is it simply that they haven't done the paperwork, or is there something that's holding it up?
From all I know, it was paperwork.
Okay. All right. We'll do 28 days.
Yeah.
You don't want to do an order?
No, I don't think we need an order to reappear.
All right.
If there's any issues, I'll be in
Okay,
contact.
that's perfect.
All right. 28
Thank you.
days. 28 days would be September 7th, or $100 a day. Good luck to you, sir.
Our next case, page 26, Inspector Guy Siderman, case number CE 25110166, case address 636 Northwest 14th Terrace, owner Emiliano Santos and Matthew Santos. This case was first heard 2/10/26 to comply by 4/14/26. One section complied at $100 per day, $300 accrued. The city is requesting the full amount.
Good morning. My name is Matthew Santos.
Okay. Thank you.
Name, case, and address as read at the special magistrate hearing on 2/10/2026. Special magistrate duty ordered 63 days to comply or $100 per day thereafter per violation. Violation 9 TAC 280H1 complied. Violation 9 TAC 304B complied. Violation 9 TAC 305 complied. On 4/17/2026, being out of compliance for 2 days. Property was posted on 5/29/2026. As of today's date, all violations are complied. The city is requesting a full imposition of fines in the amount of $200.
Well, for what it's worth, the agenda says 3 days, 300, but anyway, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
No, I just want to pay the fine and that's it. Just be over with. I have nothing else to say. Everything's applied.
Okay, I mean, if you'd asked me for some waiver of the fine, okay, all right. Why did it take so long?
I had lost my job and I didn't have the funds, but I got another job.
I'm going to waive the fine amount. Thank you, sir. Good luck to you.
I appreciate it. Have a good one.
Our next case, page 14. Inspector Jessica Martinez, Gail Williams presenting case number CE 260100593, case address 900 Northeast 3rd Avenue, owner IHL Properties LLC, personal service on 52726, posted at 1 East Broward, 52726.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
State your name for the record, please.
Matthew Brock, property owner.
Okay.
Good morning. Senior Officer Gail Williams, presenting for the City of Fort Lauderdale. Case CE 260100593, address 900 Northeast 3rd Avenue. This property was first inspected on February 9th, 2026, and the following violations were observed. 18-12, parentheses A, there is overgrowth, trash, rubbish, and debris on this property and its swell. Violation 47-19.4.D.1, there is a 6-yard dumpster placed at the rear of this property without its required enclosure. Violation 47-34.1.A.1, there are wooden pallets being stored illegally on the rear of this property. A pre-hearing inspection was conducted on June 3rd, 2026, and the following property remained in violation. The city is requesting the following: 18-12A, parentheses, 10 days for compliance or a fine of $100 per day thereafter. For violation 47-19.4.D.1, 28 days for compliance or a fine of $100 per day thereafter. For 47-34.1.A.1, 10 days for compliance or a fine of $100 per day thereafter.
Yes, sir.
Yes, I was trying to reach out to Ms. Martinez last week and this week. I guess maybe she's out of town because I figured it was probably best she's familiar with the property. But I'd like to request 30 days to finalize that and have her out for reinspection, if that's possible.
Well, typically they're not going to grant 30 days for overgrown trash and debris. I mean, the debris and stuff can be picked up, I think.
I definitely don't need that much time. I was just trying to keep it simple. You know, if 10 days is sufficient.
Can you do it in 10 days?
Sure.
Okay. I mean, and then the other one's 28 days to get rid of the dumpster, and 10 days they're looking to get rid of the pallets. Can you do that?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I know you're trying to stay in touch with the code officer, but I'm sure any code officer could deal with it.
Yep.
All right. I'm going to find that the violations exist. It'll be for 18-12A, it'll be 10 days or $100 a day. 47-19-4D1, 28 days or $100. 47-34-1A1, 10 days or $100. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next case, page 38, Inspector Rachel Moore, case number CE 25100629, case address 2771 Southwest 2nd Court, owner Beverly A. Minto-Matier. This case was first heard at 11326 to comply by 41426. One section not complied at $50 per day, $2,800 accrued. The city is requesting the full amount and the fines continue to accrue.
Good morning, ma'am. State your name for the record, please.
Good morning, Beverly Minto-Matier.
Okay.
Good morning, Inspector Rachel Moore, presenting for the City of Fort Lauderdale, case as read. This property was first brought before the Special Magistrate on 11326, and at the hearing, Special Magistrate duty ordered 91 days to comply with the violation of 9-305B, or $50 per day thereafter per violation. As a pre-hearing inspection dated 6/8, the property was found to be in compliance of all the cited violations, and the city is requesting the full imposition of fines.
It's in compliance as of today?
It is in compliance.
Okay, yes, ma'am.
Yes, I did comply with everything, and everything is.
Why did it take so long?
Sir, I'm going through cancer treatment, and I couldn't afford it.
Okay. All right, I'm going to waive the fine amount.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good luck to you, ma'am.
Our next case, page 24. Inspector Rachel Moore, case number CE 25080577, case address 3732 Southwest 12th Court, owner Francis Altland. This case was first heard at 11326 to comply by 12826 and 21126. Two sections not complied at $100 per day, $25,100 accrued. The city is requesting the full amount, and the fines continue to accrue.
Good morning, folks. State your name for the record, please.
Francis Altland.
Stephen Altland.
Inspector Rachel Moore presenting case as read. This property was first brought before the special magistrate on 11326. And at that hearing, special magistrate duty ordered 91 days to comply for the violations of 47-19.2 parentheses 2.2, C, and 28 days to comply for violations of 9-304B and 9-305, parentheses B, and for all remaining violations, 15 days or $100 per day per violation thereafter. As a pre-hearing inspection dated 6/8, the property was found to be in compliance of all cited violations. The city is requesting a full imposition of fines.
Yes, folks. Anything you want to say?
We complied with everything that you asked for. And there was a question about the motorhome that was sitting in the very back corner of the lot. I kept trying to find out what the status was and how I could leave it there. And I suppose it was the way I was asking the question, but I never got an answer. But the solution that we came up with to this point is just to move it out, and it's sitting on the driveway, which makes it in compliance. But now we have to figure out what to do with it, because if we leave it out there, every crackhead in the neighborhood is going to break into it. We're right in a mixed-use neighborhood, and we're just off 441 and just off Davie Boulevard. There's warehouses all around us, and so if we have it in the back with an alarm, it seems to be okay back there, but that's not a parking space.
No, but I'll let you work out those details on how you do it. The issue, I'm going to impose the fine, but I'm going to recognize that that it's in compliance, and there's an amnesty program now that you're in compliance that you can approach the city to get the waves mitigated, have the fines reduced, and they'll talk to you about how that works.
Okay, and we could have had it complied a whole lot sooner, but there was a tenant there who was still parking vehicles.
Those are part of the arguments I think you'd make as part of the mitigation program, but okay. So you're in compliance. There's existing fines. There's a program of amnesty once you come into compliance to get the fines readdressed, reduced in some instances, and I think you need to apply for that program and talk to them about that, okay?
So we need to make the application for that. Okay.
And staff can talk to you about how that's done. Okay. Thank you, folks.
Thank you.
Our next case, page 17. Inspector Shaquan Kendrick, case number CE 26030692, case address 2950 Northwest 62nd Street, number 125, owner Whip Creek Investment LLC, posted at property 52726, posted at 1 East Broward 52726.
Good morning.
Good
State
morning.
your name.
Tomás Lurachi, representing Whip Creek Investment, LLC.
Okay.
Yeah,
let me hear from the city first.
Sure.
Good morning. This is Kendrick from the city of Fort Lauderdale, presenting the case and address as read. This case was first cited on 3/17/2026 for the following violations. Violation 15-28. The following businesses at this location is operating without a current year business tax receipt. The following business is 7 Element Nails, which is in Unit 125. 7 Element Nails has been approved by zoning. However, their business tax is in review. K Body CO. They also in Unit 125, in Grayson Glow Unit 125. It seemed as if at 4/27/2025, they're not operating at the moment. A pre-hearing inspection was conducted on 6/7/2026. The business remains without a current year business tax receipt. The city is requesting 28 days for violation 15-28 or a daily fine of $100 per day thereafter.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So, Seventh Elemental Nails, they are working and operating here. She told me that she submitted a DVPR to the DVPR an update of the address because the BTR that she did was under their salon license, and she changed it to the address of the property that we work in. Now, she didn't have an update recently from the DVPR, so she's waiting upon an update from them too.
Well, they're looking to give you 28 days.
Oh, okay. And then for KS Body, she already has the BTR, but I checked and she has it, being totally transparent here, she has it in 100 unit, and I told her to change it, so she emailed Chris Ramirez to do that
Do you show a
change.
BTR for that business?
So in unit
Different
one,
location?
when we do it, we look at the unit number. So with them being in unit 125, it's not at 125, but he can always send it to me, and I can verify it, and we can get the
All
correct
right, I'm
unit
gonna,
number.
okay, I'll let you guys talk about the details. I don't think it's in dispute that the violation exists. The respondent will be given 28 days to come into compliance or face fine of $100 a day. Good luck.
Sure, thank you. We have greater heights.
Wait.
Yeah.
The next case, page 18, Inspector Shaquan Kendrick, case number CE 26030979, case address 2950 Northwest 62nd Street, owner Whip Creek Investment LLC, posted at property 52726, posted at 1 East Broward 52726.
Inspector Kendrick with the city in Fort Lauderdale presenting the case and address as read. This case was first cited on 3/24/2026 for the following violation. Violation 15-28. The Business Greater Heights Preparatory School Unit 212 at this location is operating without a current year business tax receipt. A pre-hearing inspection was conducted on 6/7/2026, and the business remains without a current year business tax receipt. The city is requesting 28 days for violation 15-28 or a daily fine of $100 per day thereafter.
Yes, they were disapproved of the business tax receipt, and now they vacated the unit on the 24th of May, so they're no longer
have to
operating as
confirm
a...
that.
Yes, we'll go out and confirm.
All right, I'm going to find that the violation exists. We'll give the respondent 28 days to come into compliance or face fine of $100 a day.
With the Elements Nails, the 125, right?
I'm sorry?
The 125, the street 125, you give me 28 days to comply?
That was the prior case,
125
right? I'll let
was
you
a
guys talk
separate
about
case.
it. You can
Sure.
get the
Thank you.
details. Okay, thank you.
I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Shaquan, you got one more? Not for him. You have another one that's coming up. Our next case, page 29, Inspector Shaquan Kendrick, case number CE 25090110, case address 5710 Northeast 21st Road, owner Carol G. Clarkson. This case was first heard 1/13/26, complied by 3/10/26. One section not complied at $50 per day, $4,500 accrued, and the city is requesting the full amount.
Good morning, ma'am. State your name for the record, please. You can pull that
Carol
down.
Clarkson.
I think if you pull it down, it'll come down some. There we go.
Thank
Okay,
you.
thank you.
Inspector Kendrick with the city in Fort Lauderdale presenting the case and address as read. This case was first heard at Special Magistrate on 1/13/2026 for the following violations. Violation 9-304B has complied. Violation 9-305B, the landscape at this property is not being maintained in a well-kept appearance. There's areas of dead and missing ground cover. Violation 9-306 has complied. A pre-hearing inspection was conducted on 6/3/2026 and found that the property remains in violation as depicted in the photos. The city is requesting the full amount to be imposed.
What's the landscaping that doesn't comply?
So on the south side of the property in the front, there's still a little bit of missing ground cover right there in that picture. That just needs to be addressed.
I having hearing problems.
Yes, ma'am. As you can see the picture that's on the monitor, that missing ground cover right there just needs to be replaced.
How much time do you need to do that?
I am in the process of replacing most of my irrigation system.
Okay.
I need time to get.
How much time?
I'd like 2 months.
63 days? Everybody's good with that?
Absolutely.
Yeah, all right, 63 days, which would be August 11th. Let's do an order to reappear, which if you run into a problem, you can come back and explain what it is. That would be August 11th, and I'll suspend the fines during that period of time. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next case, page 34, Inspector Rachel Moore, case number CE 25050100, case address 3629 Southwest 12th Court, owner Thomas Loftus. This case was first heard 11326 to comply by 12826 and 31026. 4 sections not complied at $100 per day. $44,600 accrued. The city is requesting the full amount, and the fines continue to accrue.
Good morning, sir. Can you state your name for the record, please?
Thomas Loftus.
Thank you.
Inspector Moore for the City of Fort Lauderdale, presenting case as read. This property was first brought before the Special Magistrate on 1/13/26, and the Special Magistrate duty ordered 56 days to comply for the violations of 9-305, parentheses B, and 9-304, parentheses B, and for the remaining violations of 18-4, parentheses C, 47-34.1.A.1, 15 days to comply, or $100 per day per violation thereafter. As of pre-hearing inspection dated 6/8/26, the property remains out of compliance. The city is requesting the full imposition of fines.
Yes, sir.
I did remove the truck. The large truck was removed. The truck on the swale was removed, so that did take care of 2 of the violations. The sod and the gravel, I've not been able to do that. I did get a couple bags, which I took pictures of, and I have pictures of the trucks too that were removed. So yeah, the gravel and the sod, I believe, is the only thing that I have left.
What about the uses, advertising the sale of car and truck parts and stuff? Does that comply?
That was moved, yes. The trucks were removed. However, we still have the fact of the derelict vehicles. We still have the one in the backyard as well that's parked on the grass.
Oh, I wasn't aware of that. You didn't state that in the violation.
It could be seen from the right of way, so it just encompasses all the
So are we
derelict.
dealing with one in the back? Is that the only vehicle that's...
Anything that's parked on the grass and is not operable.
What about the landscaping? What are you doing about the landscaping?
Yeah, I have some grass to put down and some rock.
Yeah, but it was 91 days ago you were supposed to do
Yeah,
that.
just money's really tight right now. It's, like
I don't get a
300.
sense you're really bringing this, you see any urgency, to be honest with you, this. I'm inclined to give you some time, but I'm not inclined to give you a lot because I don't get a sense of urgency here.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to work with you, but you got to work with me, and I'm not getting the sense that that's taking place, to be honest with you. I'll extend it 28 days. I'll
Can I
suspend
get
the
2
fines.
months on that?
How much?
2 months, because I only get $300
But
a
you
month
had
off my
132
retirement.
days. You had 132 days. I'll do 63 days. I don't really know why, but I'll do 63 days. I'll suspend, but that's it. Okay.
Okay. Fair enough.
I mean, 91 days. Anyway, with an order to reappear. No order to reappear. City opposed?
No.
91 days. I'm sorry. What did we say? 63 days?
63, yeah.
63, which would be August 11th. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next case, page 38, Inspector Rachel Moore, case number CE 25120279, case address 1050 Alabama Avenue, owner Alva Eliza Espinoza. This case was first heard 2/10/26 to comply by 4/14/26. 4 sections not complied at $100.
I'm sorry, what case?
38, I'm sorry.
38. I did 28. Okay.
Buenos días, necesito un
She needs
traductor.
a translator, and we have none available.
Do we have anyone?
No, I don't think we.
No one here.
I don't think we have anyone, Rhonda.
Would you like to help? I appreciate it. Yes,
Yeah, if
please.
you come up, state your name for the record, and then ask her if it's okay with her.
Gracias. Sí, ok.
Can you state your name for the record?
Omer Shahar.
Okay.
have to swear you in as a translator. Do you swear or affirm to translate from English to Spanish and from Spanish to English?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Inspector Rachel Moore, presenting case as read. This property was first brought before the special magistrate on 2/10/26. At that hearing, special magistrate duty ordered 15 days to comply for the violations of 9-363, and for the remaining violations, 63 days to comply, or $100 per day thereafter, with the exception of violation 18-12A, which is complied. However, special magistrate duty ordered a finding of fact that the violation existed due to the recurring nature. As a pre-hearing inspection dated 6/3/26, the property remains out of compliance. The city is requesting a full imposition of fines.
Can you let her know that it's...
That was a lot. Just say, yeah, help them out, please.
Starting like today, the fines? Or?
Could you,
just sort of maybe explain to her what's still remaining to be done.
Okay, of course.
could you also, I'm also looking for some understanding of why she's not in compliance.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, Julio. Entonces, tienes bastante cosas que tienes que hacer,
sí,
¿no?
yo
Y
sé.
terminar, por ejemplo, basura.
Sí, yo tenía la casa alquilada, que yo lo sabía. Recientemente se me mudaron y entonces al ellos mudarse, porque yo estuve limpiando, pero volvían a ensuciarme como tenían que no pagaban renta ni nada. Entonces me tocó remodelar. Tuve muchos gastos hasta con la casa adentro. Entonces estoy ahora que la gente nueva que alquilé le dije también que me diera tiempo para pintar la casa, Si ellos me pueden dar unos días más para yo terminar, se lo agradezco también.
Te voy a decir todo lo que tienen que hacer. Y tú me dices. Entonces, botar toda la basura, cosas como muebles, no sé qué está, lo que está afuera, botarlo inmediatamente. La cerca, necesitan bastante ayuda para arreglar la cerca. Hay una cerca, no sé, algún lado, porque acá dice que hay una cerca en la propiedad que está en mal condición.
Mi pregunta es si ella tiene la foto de la cerca, porque yo me caminé la cerca y yo no la veo dañada, o es la puerta del pasillo.
Can I do one by one and then see?
Sure.
Okay, so
Whatever you want to do.
Regarding the debris, she said she's going to handle it right away. She said she had the property rented to really problematic tenants.
Okay.
Which didn't pay her the rent.
Okay.
And she got him out finally. ¿Cuándo se fueron?
Ya ellos se fueron.
You know, we can move this along a little bit. I'm willing to give her some additional time.
That's what she's asking for.
But there's a lot of violations there. So if you could ask her how much time she needs. Some are going to be longer than others, but I'm looking for sort of one time to give her the...
¿Cuánto tiempo necesita para hacer todo eso? Mira, la basura, todo eso. Regarding the fence, she said she walked the fence and she didn't see anything wrong, so she's wondering which part of it.
The fence was removed, yes, the deteriorated fence was removed, however, they kept the fence poles up. So those have to be removed, yes. The posts, all the posts.
De ambos.
Both sides?
Special Magistrate, to your left. I think it'd be better just to give her 63 days, and then we can have a Spanish-speaking staff member help Rachel communicate with
We're good
her.
with that. Why don't we do this? It's not that I don't appreciate everything, and I'm watching this individual. I think this gentleman here understands Spanish because I'm watching him nod his head, and he's kind of listening to it. I thought, okay, so he must get it too. So anyway, let's do 63 days
Te van a dar 63 días
with an order to reappear.
para regresar. Te van a mandar una carta de regresar.
And you know, and I understand. Hopefully, this is based on the fact that you had tenants that were a problem that are now gone, and that you can now deal with it.
It's been re-rented to good tenants, and she's
Hopefully.
going to take care of the...
Okay, let's do 63 days with an order to reappear. 63 days would be August 11th. And we'll have an inspector here.
Okay, mi hijo creo que la llamó a ella, no sé si habló
Yeah,
con
suspend the
ella.
fines.
Her son called you and did he speak
Ah,
with
okay.
you?
Okay, yo hablo con mi hijo para que hable con ella, okay?
Sí, sí, que
So-
her son's gonna call you, so
Thank
te van a
you.
dar
Wait, just a minute.
63 días.
Just so the fines will be suspended during that period of time.
No te van a cobrar
But they
las
exist.
multas diarias hasta, so they're going to be on hold until.
They're going to be on hold. They do exist, but they're not going to accrue during that period of time. They're going to.
De hoy, o sea,
Thanks.
existen
Algunas multas.
algunas multas, pero no van a subir en esos 63
Okay,
días.
¿y la multa me llega a la casa o a la dirección?
Eso, no, te van a mandar una carta en una semana, 2 semanas para venir acá y ahí tú
Okay.
puedes hablar de todo.
Okay.
Dile
All right. Good luck to you.
Okay.
Thank you for your
Thank
help.
you, Mom. Thank you.
Our next case, page 14, Inspector Jessica Martinez. Gail Williams presenting case number CE 260100048, case address 713 Northwest 4th Avenue, numbers 1 through 3, owner STS Group USA Inc., posted at property 52726, posted at 1 East Broward 52726.
Good morning, sir.
Morning.
You state your name for the record, please. What's your name?
Alexander Melnikov.
Are you the owner?
Yes.
Okay.
Good morning. Senior Officer Gail Williams with the City of Fort Lauderdale presenting case CE 260100048, address 713 Northwest 4th Avenue. This property was first inspected on January 7, 2026, and the following violations were observed. 47-21.15.d.1. There is a mango tree at this RMM-25 zoned property that was hat-racked. Tree abuse of any species of trees and palms for any purpose is prohibited. Therefore, this case will be brought before the special magistrate to request the imposition of fines in the amount of $1,000 per tree for this irreparable and irreversible violation. If this violation is repeated within a 12-month period, fines may be imposed in the amount of $2,000 per tree. A pre-hearing inspection was conducted on June 3, 2026, and the property remains in violation. The city is requesting a full amount imposition of $1,000 for the tree abuse.
Can the tree survive? Does it have to be replaced?
I have Robert Fix from the landscape.
You state your name for the record.
Robert Fisk for the Landscape Department. I believe that the tree has been hat-racked severely to the point where it is no longer viable. It would need to be removed. It is in the front yard and it's been just generally just trimmed straight up like a totem pole.
Well, because the term for compliance is going to require a tree removal permit and a
Yes,
replacement
it
tree. So
requires
I
a
want to kind
regular-
of factor that in.
Yeah, a regular tree removal permit.
So
because
how
the
much
tree
time
is-
were you guys recommending for compliance? Because if it was just a fine, that would be one thing, but now he's got to get a tree removal permit.
Well, at this present time, we're asking for imposition to be imposed because it's
No, I get that. I'm looking. I'm going to listen to the gentleman, but you're asking for a $1,000 fine. I get that, but compliance would also require that he replace the tree. So I'm trying to figure out how much time he'll need to do that.
Your Honor, good morning. Supervisor Cloyne, we could ask for 63 days for the permit.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Yes. Ma'am, Jessica Martinez, correct?
Jessica
You're
is
the
not here.
inspector.
I'm filling in for Jessica. I'm Gail.
Huh?
Jessica is not here. I'm filling in for her.
Yes. Your name?
I'm Robert Fisk. I'm with the city. I'm the city landscape department.
Nice to meet you. First of all, I disagree with the accusation. Can you explain, give me the definition of tree abuse? What does it mean?
Yeah, let me just, first of all, that's the picture right there,
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah.
That's what the tree looks like. So I'll
Yeah.
let him mention what's happened. Why don't you explain at some length what
Okay,
it is?
tree abuse is when somebody overly trims a tree to the point where it's no longer salvageable. The growth that comes back on the tree is very weak connections, and it tends to fall off in hurricanes. It doesn't hold up to stability anymore. So it's been hat racked or reduced down to the point where it's no longer viable. And when this goes to this case, removal with a tree permit is recommended or required.
So as I understand, the violation is that the tree was hat racked.
Yes.
Correct. So let me. So you try to make a definition by using another definition. What is hat racked?
Mr. Magistrate.
Let
me look, I've sat through a lot of these hearings. Okay, let me finish. That's hat racking, okay?
Yes.
That's where the tree has been cut so severely that it's a form of abuse. And just listen to what I'm saying. I can see you sort of already making your argument. Just listen to what I'm saying for a second. Whoever did that cut that tree back to the point that it's no longer viable. Sometimes the abuse is not so severe that the tree can survive and you let it grow out and you make sure that it's trimmed properly. That has been trimmed to the extent that the tree is no longer viable. So that's what the abuse is. That's what the violation is. And frankly, I mean, I've got this expert witness here who's testified. He's an arborist that testifies that that constitutes tree abuse. And I think it's pretty clear. Let me finish. Pretty clear from the picture anyway. So what the remedy is, that since the tree cannot survive, it has to be removed, and there will be a tree removal permit that's required that you get, and then you put a replacement tree back. For the act of abusing the tree, the city's looking to impose a fine of $1,000, which is the typical fine amount. Okay, so if that's the position that they're arguing.
Okay, let me give you the definition of hat rack. Hat racking, also known as topping, is a form of pruning where the top of a tree are cut back drastically, often leaving only stubs or lateral branches too small to function as terminal leaders. The tree ends up looking like a hat rack with a bare trunk and few large stumps sticking out, devoid of leaves or twigs. This is the definition.
What are you reading from?
From the page broward.org.
Special Magistrate, to your left.
Yes.
The city has a definition of hat racking, and that's to. Sorry, sir. I was in the middle of saying something.
No, just a minute. Step back. Take a step back, please. Take a step back. I will. Take a step back. Thank you.
The city has a I'm sorry. I'm trying to tell you what the definition is. Yeah, but I asked for the floor. Thank you. The city has a definition of hat racking, which is to flat cut the top of a tree, severing the leaders, or pruning a tree by stubbing off mature wood or reducing the total circumference or canopy spread not in conformance with the American National Standards Institute, A300 standards, or the other accepted standards as published. That's what the definition of hat racking is according to the city.
You want to give me your qualifications?
Yes, I'm a certified arborist. I've been there since 2005. I'm a landscape architect from Louisiana State, and I've been working with the city for the last 14 years.
Are you familiar with the city's definition of hat rack and tree abuse?
Absolutely.
Does this tree qualify under that?
Much more so.
Is it even close?
No, that's the textbook of definition of hat racking.
I'll take that picture. Why don't you bring it up? Thank you. Okay, well this is the city of Fort Lauderdale. Okay, submit it into the record. Okay.
So this is the hat rack tree. It looks like this. And this is how my tree looks like.
Yeah, well there it is there. That's it. Yeah. Yeah. I get it. Just take a step back, please. Here's the deal. I know you don't agree with the definition. You don't have the expertise. Just let me finish, please.
Yes.
I mean, I start to say things, and your mouth is already forming how you're going to respond. Just let me talk, okay?
I didn't catch.
You don't have. I've got an expert witness who is qualified to make an opinion as to whether this is hat racking. I know you don't agree with him. I understand that. I'm going to find that this is hat racking and tree abuse, and I'm going to impose the $1,000 fine. I'm going to give him how many? I'm going to give him 63 days to get the tree removal permit, or a fine of what, $100 a day?
So let me finish. Let me finish, please.
Yeah, go ahead.
So why I did this? Do you know? I just want to ask Inspector Martinez if she brought full story. This story began more than 2 years ago. Yes, I did. I cut side branches. I didn't cut. Yes, I didn't touch the top. I never touched the top. Never. It just trimming, small amount of trimming just to make it bushy. I cut only side branches. Why? Because more than 2 years ago, a huge branch just cracked and fell down on the sidewalk. Fortunately, nobody have been injured.
Okay, I think we're done here.
Here's a before picture of the tree before you trimmed it up.
Okay, I got it. All right, take a step back. I got it. Sir, I don't agree with you. We're done, okay? No, I don't agree with your definition. Okay, we're done. Thank you, sir.
You want to force me to waste thousands of dollars just to prove that I'm right, that I did nothing wrong.
Here's what I have. Just stop and listen.
I just want
stop and listen.
to bring my. I just wanted to bring my evidence. So I'm ready to listen.
I've heard your evidence.
I have problems with hearing. Maybe.
Okay. All right. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
I didn't get you.
I said thank you very much.
So what's the decision?
The hearing is over, sir.
Thank you. You'll get an order in the mail. You'll get an order in the mail.
Okay.
Our next case, page 41, Inspector Guy Siderman, case number CE 26020058, case address 649 Northwest 22nd Road, owner May Properties LLC. This case was first heard 4/14/26 to comply by 6/9/26. One section not complied at $50 per day. Fine starts 6/10/26,
Good morning.
and this is in order to reappear.
Can you state your name for the record, please?
Omer Shahar. Good morning.
Name, case, and address as read at the Special Magistrate hearing on 4/14/2026. Special Magistrate Flynn ordered 56 days to comply or a daily fine of $100 per day per violation thereafter. Special Magistrate Flynn also ordered a mandatory reappearance at the Special Magistrate hearing on 6/9/2026. Property was not posted. There was an order to reappear. A pre-hearing inspection was done on 6/1/2026 and the property remained in violation. This was a mandatory reappearance in order that the owner or representative is here to provide an update. I just wanted to add also, at this time, I know there were 4. 3 had been issued, and he has been in contact with us via email, by telephone, and in person as well. And we continue to work with them. So we're just waiting on one business tax receipt that's not been issued. It needs a state license, and that's what we're waiting on.
Which unit, Inspector?
That's going to be the food beverage zoning review.
Thank you. Unit 3.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Guy. How are you? Good morning.
Good.
Thank you for your time. So, like Guy mentioned, 3 out of the 4 units have been fully complied with. I have the business tax receipts. The last unit, we already passed the building. We've been approved the building, zoning, and planning. We paid the zoning fee. And then when it went back to the business tax receipt for Christopher to just pay the license, he said now that I need a state license for the food and beverages or get an exemption. So I called the Florida Department of Agriculture, and I told him because the exemption is if it's a storage of less than 12 linear foot of storage, because it's prepackaged drinks, and the tenant said that it's so small. So I called the Florida department, and they said they have never heard of an exemption just to apply for the food permit. So we did that yesterday. She submitted the application but they said they take about 21 to 30 days to process on the state level, and then once we
All
get
right,
the permit.
so, I'm sorry, do you want to do 63 days? Is that okay? I mean, he needs,
Yeah,
I mean, I do less, but I don't think it fits into their schedule.
Supervisor Brown, City of Fort Lauderdale. Actually, since he is waiting for the state, and then it would take the city time to process as well, we would recommend a 91-day extension.
91 days? Okay. Give you 91 days.
Thank you so much.
That would be September 8th.
Way before, I promise. As soon as we get the state permit, I'll send it to Christopher, and then
That sounds good. It's Unit 2, is that the one that's
Unit
the
3.
issue?
Yes, sir.
3, smoke shop?
But just one thing.
Oh, juice, I got that.
The-
I got that as Unit 2.
One thing, it says on the initial appearance, Unit 5, mobile detail circle, detailing business for Unit 5.
Yeah.
They've been gone since April, so just FYI. I told
Okay.
Guy as well.
Okay.
And there's a new owner. It's not Made Properties anymore. It just sold. The building sold. I was the previous property manager for the old owner, and they wanted me to stick around just to help him get through this issue because they bought it with these issues. So the 91 days is a blessing.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
And thank you for your help prior.
Anytime, of
All right,
course.
so 91 days or a fine of what? What is it? How much? $100 a day?
Sorry. Are the
$50 a day.
I forgot to mention, will the fines be on hold?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, and the fines won't start to accrue until
Till the 91 days?
I'm sorry.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
All right, so you want clarification on the tree. It was $1,000 fine. No order to reappear. To get the tree removal permit. You want to take a break for a minute, or you want? All right, you want to take a break for 5 minutes?
We'll take a 5-minute recess. Our first case, page 35, Inspector Rachel Moore, case number CE 2506-0446, case address 3687 Southwest First Street, owner Pauline Campbell and Ina Cunningham. This case was first heard 1/13/26 to comply by 3/10/26. 3 sections not complied at $50 per day, $13,650 accrued. The city is requesting the full amount and the fines continue to accrue.
Yes.
Inspector Rachel Moore, presenting case as read. This property was first brought before the special magistrate on 1/13/26, and at the hearing, special magistrate duty ordered 56 days to comply with the violation of 9-280 parentheses H parentheses 1, 9-305 parentheses B, and 47-39.8.1.B parentheses 6 parentheses B, or $50 per day per violation thereafter. The property owner is working with the Housing, Community, and Development Department to achieve compliance. As of pre-hearing inspection dated 6/4/26, the property remains out of compliance. The Housing, Community Development Construction Review Specialist, Mr. Daniel York, is here to speak on behalf of the property. The city is not opposed to granting any extensions.
Good morning, sir. Just state your name for the record, please.
Good morning. My name is Daniel York. I'm the Housing Construction Review Specialist for Housing and Community Development. Miss Pauline has been in our program since about the third week of February.
Okay.
She's going through the process of approval. She's been approved. She's going through the process with legal and procurement to get her project started.
Okay.
We're asking for an extension of 120 days so that she can complete the process and get the work done and be in compliance.
Okay. All right, I'll accept all that testimony. The respondent will be given 120 days, which would be October 6th, to come into compliance. Do you want to do an order to reappear?
Yes, with
Probably
the
should.
fair fines as well.
Yeah, and I'll suspend the fines during that period of time. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Moving to page 3, Inspector Elijah Johnson, case number CE 2604-0167, case address 429 Northwest 15th Way, owner Gregory B. Wright, posted at property 52626, posted at 1 East Broward 52726.
Down below. Yeah, there you go.
Y'all can hear me? Elijah Johnson, City of Fort Lauderdale, Code Compliance Officer, presenting case CE 260-40167 for property located at 429 Northwest 15 Way. This property was first inspected on April 7th, 2026, and given time to correct for the following violations. 1812A, complied. 9-278E, there are hurricane shutters covering some of the windows of this occupied residential property. 9-304B, the driveway is in disrepair. There are cracks, holes, and stains. 9-305B, the landscape at this property is not being maintained in a neat, well-kept appearance. There are areas of dead and missing ground cover on the swell. 9-306, the exterior building walls have not been maintained. There are areas of fascia boards that have stains and missing and peeling paint. The city is requesting the following for violation 9-278E, compliance within 15 days, or a fine of $50 per day thereafter. For all other violations, compliance in 28 days, or a fine of $50 per day thereafter.
Have you heard from them?
Yes, I talked. Actually, they came today and they left early.
Okay. Are they going to know they're only going to have 15 days on the shutter, on the hurricane shutters? Are they going to know that?
Yeah, I talked to him. He said he'll comply.
All right, I'll find that there's no sworn testimony of the city's uncontested the violations exist. For 9-27A, it'll be 15 days or $50 a day. The remaining violations will be $28 days. Come into compliance for $50 a day for each violation.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Next case, page 4, Inspector John Claude Noel, case number CE 2507-0694, case address 1644 Northeast 15th Avenue, owner Gisela Norman, posted at property 52826, posted at 1 East Broward 52726.
Anybody here for this?
We will reschedule the case on page 4.
Okay.
Next case, page 5, Inspector Matthew Flesher, case number CE 260200277, case address 2401 Cat K Lane, owner Kevin Michael Wolfer, posted at property 52726, posted at 1 East Broward 52726.
This is Matthew Flesher for the City of Fort Lauderdale Code Compliance, presenting case number CE 260200277 for the property located at 2401 Cat K Lane. The case was first cited on February 10, 2026 for the following violations. 18-1, there's carport storage of items, including but not limited to sofas, boxes, dollies, fishing poles, chairs, and other miscellaneous items occurring at this property that is creating a public nuisance. It is being maintained in such a manner that the property is or may adversely affect the economic welfare of adjacent properties. This is a recurring violation. Refer to case number CE 220900306. This case will be presented to the special magistrate seeking a finding of fact, whether or not the case complies prior to the hearing date. 18-4C is complied. 47-34.4.A.1 is complied. 47-39.A.1.B9E1 is complied. 47-39.A.1.B7A1 is complied. 9-304B is complied. A pre-hearing inspection was conducted on June 3, and the violation 18-1 remained. The city is seeking a compliance deadline of 15 days for violation 18-1 or a fine of $100 per day to run thereafter.
All right, I'll find that there's notice, sworn testimony of the city is uncontested that the violation exists. The respondent will be given 15 days to come into compliance for 18-1 or face fine of $100 a day.
Next case, page 6, Inspector Matthew Flesher, case number CE 260400202, case address 3431 Southwest 16th Court, owner Bobcat LLC, posted at property 52726, posted at 1 East Broward 52726.
This is Matthew Flesher for the City of Fort Lauderdale, presenting case number CE 260400202 for the property located at 3431 Southwest 16th Court. The case was first cited on February 10, 2026 for the following violations. 18-1 is complied. There is carport storage of items, including but not limited to boxes, buckets, chairs, tables, and other miscellaneous items at this property that is creating a public nuisance. It is being maintained in such a manner that the property is or may reasonably adversely affect and impair the economic welfare of adjacent properties. This is a recurring violation. Refer to case number CE 240900296. This case will be presented to the special magistrate seeking a finding of fact, whether or not the violation complies prior to the hearing date. 47-39.A.1.B6B is complied. 9-304B is complied. There is a white pickup truck parked on the grass lawn area. This is a recurring violation. Refer to case number CE 240900296. This case will be presented to the special magistrate seeking a finding of fact, whether or not the violation complies prior to the hearing date. 9-306 is complied. There are areas of the exterior that have stains and missing peeling paint. The drip line has black stains. This is a recurring violation. Refer to case number CE 240900296. This case will be presented to the special magistrate seeking a finding of fact, whether or not the violation complies prior to the hearing date. A pre-hearing inspection was conducted on June 8, and all the violations were complied. The city is seeking a finding of fact for violation 18-1, 9-304B, and 9-306.
Okay, I'll find there's notice. I'll make a finding of fact for 18-1, 9-304B, and 9-306.
I have to go back to page 4. The case, Inspector John Claude Noel, case number CE 250700694, case address 1644 Northeast 15th Avenue. This case is closed. Next case, page 6, Inspector Guy Siderman, case number CE 26030984, case address 626 Northwest 21st Terrace, owner Saba C. Properties LLC, posted at property 52126, posted at 1 East Broward 52726.
Name, case, and address as read. This property was first inspected on 3/23/2026 and given time to correct for the following violations. Violation 24, Tax 7B, complied. Violation 9, Tax 305B, non-complied. The landscape of this property is not being maintained in a neat and well-kept appearance. There are areas of dead or missing ground cover. The property was posted on 5/21/26. A pre-hearing inspection was conducted on 6/1/26. The property remained in violation. For violation 9/305B, the city is requesting 28 days or a fine of $100 per day thereafter, and contact was made just recently with the owner, and they're going to be taking care of it.
Okay. I'll find that there's notice, sworn testimony of the city's uncontested that the violation exists. The respondent will be given 28 days to come into compliance or face fine of $100 a day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next case, page 12, Inspector Paulette Del Grosso, case number CE 2603-1297, case address 316 Mola Avenue, owner Toon V. Doe, posted at property 52726, posted at 1 East Broward 52726.
Good morning, Inspector Del Grosso for the City of Fort Lauderdale. The case and address are as read. This matter was first inspected on March 31st and cited for the following violation. Let's see. 18-12A, there's overgrowth, trash, rubbish, and debris on this property and or its swale. This is a recurring violation, and it will be heard whether it comes into compliance or not. A nuisance notice was posted on site, and a lot letter was mailed to the owner of record. Though the violation is now complied, the city requests a finding of fact.
All right, I'll find that there's notice, sworn testimony of the city is uncontested, the violation is in compliance. I'll make a finding of fact that 1812A existed. Did we do the case? Did we do the case at the top of the page, ending in 747?
At the top of page.
Page 12.
Didn't hear it.
I don't have that.
I have it as closed. 1104?
Yeah, 11:04. It doesn't show closed on the agenda, though.
Oh, I have it's closed. Is it
Okay,
closed?
it's closed. Okay, thanks. I don't have that either, but okay, we're good. Thank you.
Next case, page 13, Inspector Paulette Del Grosso, case number CE 26040236, case address 534 Hendricks Isle, owner Viewpoint States LLC, posted at property 52726, posted at 1 East Broward 52726.
Paulette Del Grosso for the City of Fort Lauderdale. The case and address are as read. This matter was inspected on April 9th and cited for the following violation. 8-91E, there is a boat or watercraft moored to mooring structures more than 30% of the width of the canal or waterway, measuring from the recorded property line. The canal is 100 feet wide and the vessel is approximately 62 feet long, far exceeding the 30% of the canal. An inspection report was posted and mailed to the owner of record. To date, the violation remains. Therefore, the city requests 10 days or $100 a day per thereafter.
Have you heard from them?
I have met the owner of the boat, and I thought as of last week he was moving it, and he seemed to know this was a time-sensitive matter, and yesterday it was still there.
Okay. All right, I'll find that there's notice, sworn testimony of the city's uncontested that the violation exists. The respondent will be given 10 days to come into compliance or face fine of $100 a day.
Thank you.
Next case, page 14, Inspector Jessica Martinez, Gail Williams presenting case number CE 26030536, case address 825 Northwest 6th Avenue, owner JPG 800 LLC, posted at property 52726, posted at 1 East Broward 52726.
Senior Officer Gail Williams with the City of Fort Lauderdale, presenting case CE 26030536, address 825 Northwest 6th Avenue. This case was first inspected on March 13, 2026, and the following violation was found. 15-28, there are businesses at this location operating without a current year business tax receipt. Business name, Yellow Cab BL-140250. and BL-1402506. A pre-hearing inspection conducted on June 3rd, and the property remains in violation. The city is requesting 28 days for compliance or a fine of $100 per day thereafter.
All right, I'll find that there's notice, sworn testimony of the city is uncontested that the violation exists. The respondent will be given 28 days to come into compliance or face a fine of $100 a day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next case, page 15, Inspector Jessica Martinez, Gail Williams presenting case number CE 2603-1055, case address 721 Northwest 3rd Avenue, owner 721 Northwest 3rd Avenue LLC, posted at property 52726, posted at 1 East Broward 52726.
Senior Officer Gail Williams for the City of Fort Lauderdale presenting case CE 2603-1055, address 721 Northwest 3rd Avenue. This property was first inspected on March 25th, 2026, and the following violations were observed. 18-4.C, complied. 47-19.4.D.1, there is a dumpster on this property that is larger than 2 yards, not within a required enclosure. Violation 47-20.20, parentheses H, the parking facility at this property is not maintained. There are oil stains and weeds growing through the asphalt, cracks and broken/faded and dirty wheel stops. Violation 9-363, complied. A pre-hearing inspection was conducted on June 3rd, 2026, and the property remained in violation. The city is requesting 63 days for violation 47-19.4.D.1 and violation 47-20.20, parentheses H, or a daily fine of $100 per day thereafter.
All right, I'll find that there's notice. The respondent will be given 63 days for 47-19.4D1 and for 47-20.20H, or face fine of $100 a day per violation.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next case, page 16, Inspector Jessica Martinez, Gail Williams presenting case number CE 2604-0300, case address 11 North Andrews Avenue, owner Bachow Family Oz Fund LLC, posted at property 52726, posted at 1 East Broward 52726.
Senior Officer Gail Williams with the City of Fort Lauderdale presenting case CE 2604-0300, address 11 North Andrews Avenue. This property was first inspected on April 15, 2026, and the following violations were observed. 18-12, parentheses A, there is trash, rubbish, and litter and debris on the property, and its swell consisting of, but not limited to, bottles, bags full of trash, furniture, and other miscellaneous items. 9-306, there are areas of the exterior walls that are stained/dirty and have graffiti, including on the glass windows. This is a repeat violation, reference case CE 2504-0666, and will be brought before Special Magistrate for the imposition of fines from the day the violation was first observed. A pre-hearing inspection was conducted on June 3rd, 2026, and the property remains in violation. The city is requesting the following. For violation 18-12, parentheses A, 10 days for compliance or a fine of $100 per day thereafter. Violation 9-306, a fine of $100 a day starting from April 15th, 2026, the day the violation was first observed, and to continue to accrue until compliance is met.
All right, I'll find that there's notice. The sworn testimony of the city is uncontested that the violation exists. For 18-12, the respondent will be given 10 days to come into compliance or face fine of $100 a day. For 9-306, I'll note that there's a repeat violation observed on April 15th, and a fine of $100 a day will start that day and run until it comes into compliance.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next case, page 18, Inspector Shaquan Kendrick, case number CE 2603-1322, case address 1439 Northeast 53rd Street, owner Joy Wallstrom. This case is now complied.
Okay.
Next case, page 19, Inspector Shaquan Kendrick, case number CE 26040404, case address 5443 North Federal Highway, owner 5425 North Federal Highway LLC, posted at property 52726, posted at Wendy's Broward 52726.
Inspector Kendrick with the City of Fort Lauderdale representing the case and address as read. This case was first cited on 4/21/2026 for the following violation. Violation 47-22.9 has not complied. However, the signs has been erected on this B1 zone property without required permits from the City of Fort Lauderdale. This is a recurring violation. CKCE 25070-914. The case is being presented to Special Magistrate for a finding of fact. The city is requesting a finding of fact for 47-22.9.
Just a finding of fact?
Yes.
All right, I'll find that there's notice, sworn testimony of the city is uncontested. I'll make a finding of fact that 47-22.9 has reoccurred.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next case, page 20, Inspector Wanda Aquavella, case number CE 26040229, case address 1610 Northeast 4th Place, owner Alejandro and Yerica Fuentes, posted at property 52726, posted at Wendy's Broward 52726.
Wanda Aquavella for the city. Case and address is read. This property was initially inspected on April 4th, 2026, and the following violation was discovered. 15-272A. This property is being utilized as a vacation rental without the required certificate of compliance from the city. Additional inspections were conducted, including a pre-hearing inspection on June 4th, 2026, where a check of Avenue STR revealed that the advertisement has not been taken down. The city is requesting 15 days to come into compliance or a fine of $1,000 per day thereafter.
All right, I'll find that there's notice, sworn testimony of the city is uncontested. The violation exists. The respondent will be given 15 days to come into compliance or face a fine of $1,000 a day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next case, page 23, Inspector Elijah Johnson, case number CE 251100101, case address 426 Northwest 7th Terrace, owner MJ Investment Holdings, Inc. This case was first heard 11326 to comply by 12826. One section not complied at $50 per day, $6,600 accrued. The city is requesting the full amount and the fines continue to accrue.
I find that there's notice in accordance with Massey versus Charlotte County. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested. The violation is still continues. I'll impose a fine.
Next case, Inspector Karen Proto, case number CE 251100652, case address 2060 Northwest 30th Terrace, owner Richard and Melanie White. This case was first heard 12926 to comply by 22626. Two sections complied at $50 per day, $4,200 accrued, and the city is requesting no fines.
Inspector Proto for the City of Fort Lauderdale, case and address is read into the record. The city is asking for no fines at this time.
Okay, I will impose no fine.
Next case, page 25, Inspector Edward Eason, case number CE 251000661, case address 112 Southwest 19th Avenue, numbers 1 and 2, owner Gabriela Mendez Lagana. This case was first heard at 21026 to comply by 41426. Two sections complied at $100 per day, $10,800 accrued. The city is requesting the full amount and the fines continue to accrue.
I find that there's notice in accordance with Massey versus Charlotte County. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested that the violations still exist. The order has been complied with and I'll impose the fine.
Next case, page 28, Inspector Pat Gavin, case number CE 2510007, case address 645 Northwest 15th Avenue, owner Hospitality Estate LLC. This case was first heard 12926, complied by 2826 and 32626. One section not complied at $250 per day, $30,250 accrued. One section complied at $100 per day, $3,500 accrued. Grand total $33,750. The city is requesting the full amount and the fines continue to accrue.
I find that there is notice in accordance with Massey versus Charlotte County. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested. The order has been complied with. I'll certify the fine and impose the fine.
Next case, Inspector Pat Gavin, case number CE 251000473, case address 5340 Northwest 10th Terrace, owner A&H Real Estate Group LLC. This case was first heard at 12926 to comply by 22626. One section complied at $100 per day, $3,200 accrued, and the city is requesting the full amount.
All right, I'll find that there's notice in accordance with Massey versus Charlotte County. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested. The order hasn't been complied with. I'll impose the fine.
Next case, page 30, Inspector Shaquan Kendrick, case number CE 25090196, case address 1772 Northeast 58th Street, owner Thomas Johnston and Hope Johnston. This case was first heard 11326 to comply by 31026. One section complied at $50 per day, $2,100 accrued. One section not complied at $50 per day, $4,550 accrued. Grand total, $6,650. The city is requesting the full amount, and the fines continue to accrue.
Ms. Nadine, we're gonna hear this case, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Inspector Kendrick with the City of Fort Lauderdale presenting the case and address as read. This case was first heard at Special Magistrate on 1/13/2026. A pre-hearing inspection was conducted on 6/3/2026. All violation has complied on the property. At this time, the city is going to request the admin costs.
And how much are the administrative costs?
It's $534.
Okay. And again, this is for the case ending in 196, right?
Yes, 196. The address is 1772 Northeast 58th Street.
Okay, I will find that there's notice sworn testimony of the city is uncontested regarding the condition of the property, which is that it's in compliance. The city is requesting administrative costs for $534, and that'll be granted.
Next case, Inspector Jessica Martinez, case number CE 25050046, case address 1 North Andrews Avenue, owner MI-2 Property LLC, posted at, this case was first heard at 11326 to comply by 31026. One section complied at $100 per day, $700 accrued, and the city is requesting the full amount.
Is it $700?
Yes.
Okay. I find that there's notice in accordance with Massey versus Charlotte County. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested that the property is currently in compliance, but there's an outstanding fine of $700. I'll impose that fine.
Next case, page 31, Inspector Jessica Martinez, case number CE 25010882, case address 4 Northeast 16th Place, owner Leslie Lesperance. This case was first heard 8/12/25 to comply by 9/9/25 and 10/14/25. There are 2 suspensions noted on the agenda. 3 sections not complied at $50 per day, $23,250 accrued. The city is requesting the full amount, and the fines continue to accrue.
All right, I'll find that there's notice in accordance with Massey versus Charlotte County. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested. The order has been complied with. I'll certify that and impose the fine.
Next case, Inspector Jessica Martinez, case number CE 25060780, case address 430 North Andrews Avenue, owner 430 North Andrews LLC. This case was first heard 2/10/26 to comply by 2/20/26 and 4/14/26. 4 sections not complied at $100 per day, $27,700 accrued. The city is requesting the full amount, and the fines continue to accrue.
All right, I'll find that there's notice in accordance with Massey versus Charlotte County. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested. The order hasn't been complied with. I'll certify and impose the fines.
Next case, page 32, Inspector Jessica Martinez, case number CE 25080682, case address 413 Northeast 5th Terrace, owner Roller Place LLC. This case was first heard 1/13/26 to comply by 3/10/26. 1 section not complied at $100 per day, $9,100 accrued. The city is requesting the full amount, and the fines continue to accrue.
All right, I'll find that there's notice in accordance with Massey versus Charlotte County. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested. The order has been complied with. I'll certify and impose the fine.
Our next case, page 37, Inspector Rachel Moore, case number CE 25090343, case address 631 West Evanston Circle, owner Kirk Edwards. This case was first heard 1/29/26 to comply by 2/26/26 and 4/30/26. 1 section complied at $100 per day, $3,400 accrued. 1 section not complied at $100 per day, $2,000 accrued, for a total of $5,400. The city is requesting the full amount, and the fines continue to accrue.
I'll find that there's notice in accordance with Massey versus Charlotte County. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested. The order hasn't been complied with. I'll certify and impose the fines.
Next case, page 39, Inspector Malik Jones, case number CE 25080301, case address 1512 North Dixie Highway, owner FLC Trust LLC. This is to vacate the order imposing fine from 4/30/26 and close the case.
Why are we vacating it?
Dorian, was this the one where it complied prior to there being any fines?
They complied before the fines started.
Right.
Okay. Based on that testimony, I'll vacate the order imposing fine. Close the case.
Our next case, page 40, Inspector Shaquan Kendrick, case number CE 25100496, case address 1424 Northeast 57th Place, owner Jennifer E. Anderson. This case was first heard 4/14/26 to comply by 6/9/26. One section not complied at $50 per day. Fine starts 6/10/26, and this is in order to reappear. This was in order to reappear.
Okay, has anybody heard from them? This is Anderson on page 40, Jennifer Anderson, order to reappear. Apparently she didn't. Okay, all right, there's existing fines and, existing orders, and you're looking for the fine to start to accrue,
Yes.
correct? All right,
Correct.
so ordered.
Supervisor Cologne with the City of Fort Lauderdale. Shaquan is in contact with her. I think there was a miscommunication on her lawn. She thought it was in compliance.
So what are we gonna do here?
The fines start tomorrow.
Is she in compliance today?
No.
But there was a misunderstanding. You want to grant her additional time then, right?
If we could give her a little bit more time, that I wouldn't oppose
Fine
that.
with me.
How much?
What do you think?
Let's do 28 days.
28 days? All right, extend the time for compliance 28 days. There'll be no order to reappear.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next case, page 41, I just have to read this into the record. Inspector Bernstein Sainbert, case number CE 250900278, case address 3030 Harbor Drive, owner 3030 Harbor Drive Holdings. This case is closed.
Okay.
The city is requesting to enter page 42 into today's hearing as an exhibit. It is the city's list of complied, closed, withdrawn, and rescheduled cases.
So ordered.
And this concludes the special magistrate hearing agenda for Tuesday, June 9th, 2026.
All right, thanks everybody for your help. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.